What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here, and welcome to our daily show where we discuss the fourth stimulus check update today, 2021, as well as the next two upcoming packages, the physical infrastructure package known as the American Jobs Plan, and the next stimulus package known as the American Families Plan, as well as what is going on in the world today. We have multiple different things to cover today. The Fed regarding stimulus, more stimulus, and actually a really good information on that, and as well as former President Trump and Dr. Fauci, both in the news today with major situations going on. And I try to bring you the news that is important and relevant to this channel from a non-biased position. If you ever watch our channel, you'll know I'll show CNN articles just as much as I'll show Fox articles. Sometimes I'll show Fox videos. Sometimes I'll show CNN videos. I don't really pick sides. It's really kind of what is important to show you guys what's going on and what's going on with stimulus packages and infrastructure package and what's going on with our country. But yeah, there's a lot of information going on right now about Dr. Fauci, some crazy stuff there, and former President Trump. And it really depends on what side you're looking at. If you're looking at it from like a Democratic side, you'll see people bashing Trump. If you're looking at it from a Republican side, you'll people saying Trump's coming back. And I try to bring you kind of the realist portion of it, like what are the odds of each thing happening and what's really happening. So I hope you guys appreciate that. I just try to bring you it from a realist point of view. What is the most likely outcome for a lot of these situations, as well as stimulus and the next infrastructure package. What are the odds of them passing? What are the odds of them going a bipartisan route? What are the odds of the next stimulus check or monthly recurring stimulus checks, these Social Security raises, these infrastructure packages? Yeah, there's a lot going on. And if you're new to this channel, just know that while they're still working on the infrastructure and the stimulus package negotiation, there is literally dozens of different stimulus check packages and programs and state stimulus checks and hazard pay and all these different stimulus checks or stimulus provisions that literally put a check in your pocket or money in your bank account that are literally coming available like now. So we'll be covering these over. We literally in the last video had a $1,000 stimulus check that was just announced for some people. In the one before that, we had a $2,000 stimulus check that was available for some people that was just approved. So yeah, just know that there is a lot more than just the fourth stimulus check that you might think of when it comes to the main stimulus check. And some of these programs will pay you a lot more than the regular old everyday stimulus check that you're thinking of. One of the biggest one that just was announced here about a week ago, but became available on June 1st, so literally just 2 days ago, is the New York Rent Assistance Program, which is a $3.5 billion in total, $2.7 billion for rent assistance in New York, and $800 million for small businesses in New York. Literally $3.5 billion becoming available in New York. They will actually pay your rent up to 12 months. So if your rent's $1,000, you could be getting $12,000 paid for by the state of New York. So yeah, when I talk about big stimulus checks, I'm not kidding when it comes to these different stimulus programs. And really, all 50 states are going to be receiving their share of $350 billion. So every single day, there's almost like new programs coming online. And as your state becomes available, whether you're from Alabama or Arkansas, California, Texas, or New York, any of the states in between, I will be letting you know as soon as I see stimulus programs opening up in your state or your area. Also, if you can, make sure to hit the like button for us. It really helps out our channel. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe down below so you don't miss out on new updates. New videos come out every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, I haven't mentioned this for a while, so I want to quickly mention this. If you see somebody that says it's Jimmy in the comments and they're using my picture and they're saying, contact me on WhatsApp for investment advice or for Bitcoin or for any type of thing, just know it's a scam. It's a huge problem on YouTube right now. They're literally just impersonating thousands of YouTubers. And this is honestly going on in Facebook too, and probably other platforms. So if you see somebody in the comments saying, contact me, hey, It's Jimmy, it's not me. I will not ask you to contact me on WhatsApp. I don't even use WhatsApp. I won't ask you to contact me on a phone number or anything like that. Do not give money to anybody over the internet for any reason unless you are 100% sure you trust them. If you just met them in the last 24 hours, Don't trust them, all right? There's a lot of scams going on right now for stimulus checks, IRS tax refunds, student loan debt forgiveness. Like, hey, you have to sign up here and give us $1,000 to get student loan debt. No, it's a scam. All right. So it's on your phone now. It's on your phone. It's on YouTube. It's on Facebook. It's everywhere. So please just be aware of scams. Okay, Dr. Fauci. Yeah, thousands of emails from and to Dr. Fauci during the pandemic's early days were just published by the Freedom of Information Act, and here's what they show about him. As you can see here, BuzzFeed News published more than 3,200 pages of emails from Dr. Fauci's inbox after obtaining correspondence spanning from January to June 2020. And the Washington Post published excerpts of more than 860 pages during from these emails. While many federal government staffers prefer the phone to email, this correspondence offers a rare glimpse into Dr. Fauci's frantic schedule and what was going on during the beginning days of the pandemic. Now, that was from CNN. Fox News is reporting that Republican Representatives Steve Scalise and Comer are saying that Dr. Fauci must testify about these published emails, and that not only should he testify, but it could provide information relating to the origins of COVID-19. House Republican Whip Steve Scalise, who serves as the top Republican on the House Select Subcommittee on the coronavirus, and other Republican House members say it is imperative that Dr. Fauci appear before the committees. They say that these emails debunk many Democrats' claims from the past year, including that he and other scientists were muzzled by former President Donald Trump's administration. More importantly, the emails contain new evidence regarding the origins of COVID-19, including the possibility it leaked from a U.S. taxpayer-funded laboratory. In addition to this, as we reported earlier, former President Donald Trump's blog page was shut down for good abruptly. But Trump's representatives say that it will not be returning, but that this is so that they can go into another social media platform, which is kind of strange to me because this is really his only way right now to kind of speak to the public unless he does like an interview on a TV station. So I find it personally weird, again, not looking at it from a Democratic point of view or a Republican point of view, just a realist point of view. Why would he shut down on his own accord his own blog, which is the only way he can really talk to the media right now, seeing as how his Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter pages were permanently banned? But there's actually some interesting news about that. Donald Trump's Facebook page was suddenly what it looks like to be reinstated, although Facebook says not. But the last post was back from January 6th, so it doesn't look like he has posted yet, but people are allowed to comment on there, and his Facebook page does look, I mean, at least you can see right here, it has been at least reopened at this point. Now, Facebook says that nothing has changed and his ban still remains intact, and his ban was supposed to be for at least 6 months, which coincidentally, it's almost 6 months from January 6th. So, yeah, very interesting stuff going on right now. Also, some really good information here regarding the infrastructure package and the next stimulus package being negotiated on. President Biden has lowered the price of the next infrastructure package and proposes no immediate changes to the Republican tax law, the 2017 Trump tax cuts. And I think they're going to probably get a deal done. As you can see here, President Joe Biden offered to bring his price tag to the infrastructure package down to $1 trillion. Just last week, they were at $2.3 trillion. They lowered it to $1.7 trillion, and now he's willing to go to $1 trillion, but wants to ensure it amounts to new money, so not any old money repurposed. The Republican counteroffer, which was almost $1 trillion, is like $928 billion, wanted to use $700 billion of stimulus money that's sitting there, hasn't been used, repurposed into that almost $1 trillion. I think they're going to get a deal done here. Remember, last time I told you I thought it was a 50-50 chance that they could get a bipartisan deal done. And now that President Biden is willing to come down to $1 trillion, he also said he's willing to not change any 2017 Trump tax cuts, because that's a hard no for Republicans. Again, I just bring you the news from a realist point of view, not Republican, not Democrat, so you know what's actually going on. I don't tend to lean either way because I just don't really always agree with Republicans or Democrats. So you kind of get a realist point of view here. I think now there's about a 75% chance, based on this new information, that President Biden's willing to come down to $1 trillion. But he does have a couple provisions there. As number one, it has to be all new money. So as long as Republicans are willing to go for that, I think they're going to be able to get a deal done. Now, this is good news because one, this means they can pass the infrastructure package and they could pass it pretty quickly because all they'll need to really do is, once they have Republican support, is write the bill and vote on it. And that can be done in a matter of days. Number two, this means the next stimulus package, the American Families Plan, is up on deck quicker. Literally could be up on deck here within the next few days. And this shows good that they're actually compromising between Republicans and Democrats and can get more deals done. Now, I personally think there's still a 95% chance that the next stimulus package, the American Families Plan, is going to be passed just by Democrats only. And I always say 95% chance just to give a little bit of margin of error there. I see almost no way that at least this point, I'll update you as we get closer. I mean, the infrastructure package started off not really very low chances of getting Republican support. And now I think we've moved up to like 75%. And the stimulus package could go the same way, but I highly doubt it because not a single Republican voted yes on the third stimulus check package. And the Democrats literally just passed that on their own through the reconciliation process. So I really don't think that Republicans are going to go for the fourth stimulus check package as well. I also went over some really interesting information regarding the reconciliation process and the new updated amount of times they can do that, and kind of the loopholes on how they can really pass up as many bills as they want through the reconciliation process, just kind of through some sneaky loopholes that there are in Congress. So if you see some news that says they can only pass it one more time through reconciliation, that's not really true. And there's, like I said, I'm not going to go over all the details now because it'll take me like 5-10 minutes to just even explain it. You can watch it in one of my past videos, in the last couple videos. But they can still pass multiple different reconciliation processes through 4 different ways to do it. And the new fiscal year starts in about 4 months from now, which they get a whole new replenishment of reconciliation processes for the new fiscal year. So yeah, everything is honestly moving along pretty well here. I think we could get this infrastructure package passed here, possibly very quickly. In fact, President Biden and the top Republican negotiator, Shelley Capito, will be meeting tomorrow, and we could have an agreement here as early as tomorrow to pass this next infrastructure package. Now, President Biden does want to do what is called a minimum corporate tax rate. As you can see here, a 15% minimum corporate tax to he wants this to be included in this next package. And this is for really the companies like Amazon and dozens of other Fortune 500 companies that literally make billions of dollars. As you can see here on the screen, one year Amazon paid no federal taxes at all on $11.2 billion in taxes. And President Biden, just part of his agenda, is he wants everybody to pay their fair share in taxes. And if you're making $11.2 billion and paying no federal taxes, I think it's fair to say, whether you're Republican or Democrat, that they're not paying their fair share in taxes. Now, this will help fund the next stimulus package, the next infrastructure package, the next stimulus check, the Social Security raises, the Medicare raises, and more. There's multiple different creative ways that they're trying to get money to pay for these next packages. Now, remember, all the past stimulus packages that have been passed in the last 12 to 14 months, they didn't raise any taxes for them, so they don't need to do that. But this is part of President Biden's agenda. Now, what's interesting today is a Federal Reserve spokesman, the leader of the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, John Williams, said that the economy remains some distance from where it needs to be for the Federal Reserve to pull back on stimulus, and that actually, because we need to not pair stimulus, we need to not stop stimulus for quite some time. He's actually saying that stimulus should continue on for quite a while, probably till the rest of the year, because again, the economy is in a fragile balance right now, trying to come out of this recession. So really, Federal Reserve spokesperson here saying that we actually need to continue stimulus on for the rest of the year, and this really echoes what we've seen in April, the terrible, terrible April jobs report and the terrible April retail sales report. We're expected to get the May jobs report and retail sales report coming out here soon, and I think they could be similar, which basically means our economy is not really doing that well. It's instead of going up like this and trying to come out of the recession over the next 2 years, it's instead of going like this, it's going. It's barely, barely ticking up at all. I mean, we see some glimmer of hope, but then we'll get some terrible, terrible economic reports. And Democrats and Republicans see this two different ways. Republicans are like, "Hey, let's shut down unemployment benefits." There's about 25 states that are going to be stopping from Republican-run states now, stopping unemployment benefits. A lot of them are offering back-to-work bonuses, though, now of $500 to $2,000 to go back to work, which is a good consolation prize. It's a good medium, a good cut down the middle like negotiation. I feel it's better than just taking away the unemployment money and giving people nothing. But Democrats want to pass more stimulus because they're saying, hey, the economy's bad, the economy's doing terrible, and that means we need to pass more stimulus. And Democrats are literally saying that's what Republicans did last year. Former President Trump was the president, and Mitch McConnell was the leader of the Senate. And when the economy was bad last year, they passed 5 different stimulus packages. 2 of them had checks, but there was 5 packages passed in total. And the Democrats are saying if you think we're going to stop at one stimulus package underneath President Biden, well, then you're not really paying attention. They already have 2 more on the way. The next stimulus package, the American Families Plan, and the next infrastructure package, the American Jobs Plan. And Democrats are calling to have not only just stimulus checks added into either one of these, most likely the next stimulus package, the American Families Plan, but also the Social Security raises, the Medicare expansion to include additional Medicare benefits for no additional cost, like hearing, dental, vision, and hearing aids, as well as 2 years of free college and 2 years of free preschool and student loan debt forgiveness among all these state stimulus check programs that are becoming available here pretty soon. So if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe down below. I will keep you updated on all these new stimulus checks and stimulus programs, as well as what's going on in the world today, including this new information from the Federal Reserve and more stimulus check programs literally being announced on a daily basis. So make sure to subscribe. New videos come out every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can click this video here to watch my newest stimulus check video next. And this video is about all the different state stimulus checks and stimulus programs that are passing out money right now. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.